shut away the pieces of a broken heart. Think of how we lay down together. We'd be listening to the radio so loud and so strong. Every golden nugget coming like a gift to the gods. Someone must have blessed us when he gave us those songs. I treasure your love. I never wanna lose it. You've been through the fires of hell.
It's not just rock and roll dreams that come true when we relay for life. It's the dreams of people who've heard the words you have cancer, that they're going to beat it, because we enable that. We provide the resources for the American Cancer Society to support these people. We provide the resources for researchers around the globe to find better ways to treat and possible cures for the different types of cancers. There's more than 200 types of cancers. So it's really hard to find an answer that cures them all. But we're working on it, and we're changing lives. And you guys have changed your own lives this weekend. You changed your life by participating in this event. And we're now about to head to the closing ceremony. Go Relay.
The screen door slams, Mary's dress waves. Like a vision she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely. Hey, that's me and I want you only. Don't turn me home again, I just can't face myself alone again. Don't run back inside, darling, you know just what I'm here for. So you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't that young anymore. Show a little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're alright. Oh, and that's alright.
Hey, everybody, it's time for the closing ceremony. And if I do sound like I'm in a sardine can, that's because we're taking quick action on the idea that we're going to pack the regions like sardines. So, to begin this closing ceremony, please welcome Magical Serenity. Magical has been relaying in real life ever since her son was diagnosed with cancer 18 years ago. She then started relaying in Second Life in 2018 and was diagnosed with cancer in 2019, a battle that she is actively fighting as she reads our Relay for Life anthem poem for us right now.
I walked for you, I walked for me. I walked around a track today. I walked to help a disease go away. I walked because there is a need. I walked that bodies could be freed. I walked to give a small child hope. I walked to help someone cope. I walked for a husband or a wife. I walked to help prolong a life. I walked with my head held high. I walked for that one about to die. I walked excitedly, not demure. I walked to help find a cure. I walked for everyone to see. I walked for you. I walked for me.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years, I miss my home. But there's a fire burning in my bones. Still believe. Yeah, I still believe. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Good morning, Relay Nation, and good morning, Stingray, the man, the myth, the legend, dude, you put your face out there on YouTube for everyone to see. And dude, we need to have a conversation about your cable management. so let's get this. You've been doing this relay since 2008.
That's what they tell me.
You were 29 when you did your first relay in World here. You had no trouble staying up all night. You partied like you were in college, and now it's 15 years later, and you're struggling to stay awake, copious amounts of coffee. Someone help me with the math here. 9 plus 5, 14, carry the 1. Never mind. Wait, too early for math.
I don't know, but I was literally eating coffee beans at some point last night.
Covered in chocolate.
Yeah,
Covered
they
in
were.
chocolate.
Yes, they were covered in chocolate. They were actually pretty good, and I don't think they worked.
Oh, that's been my jam too.
Coffee beans, chocolate covered coffee
Chocolate
beans.
covered
Yeah.
coffee beans. A wonderful relayer sent me 5 pounds.
Oh my goodness!
Speaking of wonderful relayers, let's talk about some of the things that we've seen around the track yesterday. So many things.
Yes, indeed. Did anybody see Ertina Lupin Memorial Foundation's campsite?
Oh, the
The giant bell.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought I'd been transported to a bell tower.
Yeah, it was very
It was
cool.
cool. You know what was cool? It was like it was minimalist yet memorable, right? It was
Yeah.
They did so much with very. They didn't go over the top with a build. It was like other than they did go probably higher than any other campsite.
You know what was cool about the bell was that as you came out of Fiona Faye's clouds and whatever,
The bell was, right there to your right. Yes, it was
Yeah.
very cool.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
We all know the significance of that bell.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
And then I loved it's such Journey's sense of humor, right? Where then you jump off the ladder and you land. It's like remember the dive into the glass of water kind of thing.
Yes,
I'm proud to say that I made it into the pool without nothing. All right, what other
Okay,
campsites did y'all see?
Lots of bumper cars. Burners Without Borders had bumper cars, and the theme just lended itself to so many fun things on the campsites. I rode bumper cars in more than one place.
Yeah,
And now
TBS I
I'm-
think had bumper boats, yeah, and
Bumper boats, bumper cars, yeah, everything. It's just so much fun. And then all of the lot of campsites had ducks, rubber ducks, and in the bathtub or in the water.
they
or-
float.
Yes, they do float. And they're just lots of fun with all the rubber ducks around the track.
I saw all kinds of boardwalks and shoreside amusement parks, a Ferris wheel. We had everything going on. It was just amazing.
Yeah, tell us about this farming community stuff that was going on along the track.
Well, you know what? If you took an aerial view of the campsites that those teams made that came together as a community, it said Hope 2023. And they did that as a unit. So a group of teams that shared farming as their interest banded together. They were individual teams and did their own fundraising, but they banded together. They did a joint auction right before relay, and they raised 500,000 linden with their auction in one day. And if you're looking up here, you're saying, Jim has no hair. She always has hair. Well, for the first time in 13 years, they got my hair.
They got your hair.
Oh, there you go.
No, I got your hair. Celine, you made it fly all over the place.
Mhm.
you guys, I see you guys typing. Oh, go, Celine. I'll go after you.
They raised like 500,000 lindens, and we raised a barber chair right there so they could see. And I
love
cut her hair right there. So-
On the track, on the campsite.
Right there. Yes. We
Right
did
there.
that.
Yeah. It was pretty cool to see it all woven together, right? Where you're walking down the track and it was like this long, continuous experience that was pretty cool.
It was.
Some of you guys are typing in local chat what some of your favorite things from around the track are. So keep doing that. That's
Yeah.
really fun to read. I mean, we're
It's-
talking about some of our favorite things, but type some of your favorite things that you saw yesterday. We'd
Yeah.
love to see them.
Because it'll show up on the YouTube live stream.
Yes,
as
it
well.
will.
Yes, it will.
Bing, tell us a little bit about you and Mama and I. We were walking around the track and we kind of stopped and talked with Score and Shades, and tell us about that conversation. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah. So from the top team, we ran into Score and Shades and had a pretty interesting conversation. Score has some really big ideas on where ways that we can hit that 80-yard touchdown pass as a metaphor for fundraising, where if we take it's all these categorical things that are really going to be workplace or big dollar, big different ways to bring money into our relay. And so I'm actually very excited that when the dust settles from this year's relay, I want to assemble a group of people who are interested in these types of fundraising avenues and start to have some strategic conversations on how we can actually take action on them. So be on the lookout, everybody, for an announcement out there. We'll talk about what the topics are, but it's things, employee giving, major gifts, matching gifts, donor advised funds, planned giving, grant writing. It's kind of these additional things. So if you're the kind of person who that kind of stuff excites you, then be ready, because we're going to start having some serious conversations about how we can take advantage of these types of fundraising options in 2024.
And wow, Celine, speaking of 2024, you had a boatload of first-year teams, and tell us about those first-year teams and what we can look forward to in 2024.
I was making my way around the track. I would stop and talk to different relayers, and the thing that kept coming to me from the first-year relayers was saying, this is better than I could have ever imagined, and I can't wait to next year. They're already starting to plan. They're excited. They got their feet wet. They've got the relay bug. There's no other way to say it, but they've got the relay bug.
Did we doubt it would happen, Celine?
No, not at all. Not at all. But they understand it. And things, whenever you start relay, there's so much stuff that's just thrown at you, so much information. But whenever you come to relay, it just kind of all comes and falls into place, and it all starts making sense. And that's what happened to these guys this weekend. It just all fell into place. And so now they're going, oh my God, I just can't wait. When do we start? They've already started asking me for dates. So I mean,
we will have those.
We got them. We might have them.
Dates are coming up.
Wow.
Stay tuned.
Speaking of getting their feet wet, Mama and Sting and I, we got our butts wet sitting in the baby pools at Camping for a Cure, trying to find, where in the world was Jenny Anatine. So was
We found her.
Noah in charge of the campsite, and
that
let us
wasn't
have. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea, I think.
No, I don't believe no one
We had to
charged
pull her out of the place. And then you had Melly's Maniacs. Had the big root beer float, or an interpretation of the root beer
Great
float.
interpretation of the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it was
cool.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. What were some of the other things? The kids regions this year. We put all the kids, kids campsites kind of together to have like a kid zone. That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Well, we had a recurring theme on a lot of campsites, a whole lot of campsites, and that was hot air balloons. And I noticed when I was walking around right Friday night that there were a lot of the same balloon. Well, did a little investigating, and Sarah Dearest from Team Belize, a first-year team, with the awe and wonder of a first-year relayer, when she hit the track, saw that as a possibility. She created those balloons and shared them with everyone.
They're here on the stage. We colored them a little differently, but they're here on the stage. Yeah.
And I kind of challenge relayers during my Teams app set to count the number of balloons. And Nolani got back to me and said, there are 978 balloons on campsites around the track.
I would have thought it was like 978 million.
Wow.
That's what it felt like, 978 million. But no, that's how many she counted. But she said there could be a lot more.
That should be enough balloons to make these regions float.
Yes, indeed.
Like up. No? Yeah. All right. What else we got? So I think it was during the Mount relapse where Wyatt was walking around as the T-Rex. So, of course, I had to put on my Raptor avatar. And we had the little T-Rex and Raptor walking on the track for a little while. And I did, as I'm watching, I'm thinking, like, you know what? That's such an appropriate avatar for Wyatt and the TAP team because, you know, they raised $30,000 this year. And it was just like, you see this big, giant T-Rex just walking down the track. And it's like, yep, that's the 30,000-pound gorilla or dinosaur, I should say.
Celine, tell us about the hot air balloon tour that you kind of got going.
You know, I was able to work with the tour company this year because they worked on our campsite. But he came out and said, you know, after looking at all these sims, can we not put a hot air balloon that flies over all 36 sims? And I said, you can do that? And he said, yeah, I can do that. And so we let him do it. And if you haven't taken the hot air balloon ride, looking down at everything that you guys have all created, it's amazing.
It was a beautiful relay this year. Like everything, it was just really, really. It felt light and just real pretty. Like, yeah, it was a very elegant or graceful. I don't know what the right adjective is, but yeah, it's a very. It all went together. You know, it wasn't like a bunch of like campsite abrupt change to another campsite. Everything kind of flowed. That was, I think, pretty cool.
It was cool. If you guys haven't taken that balloon ride, remember these these regions will be here at least until Thursday morning. So come back and take that balloon ride around the Sims on Monday or Tuesday or something. Yeah. It'll be less laggy and it's an amazing, the balloon ride was really fun.
And it's right here on ACS3, our stage region. It's right there.
That's where you catch it. Yep.
What other kinds of things did y'all see around the track?
I'll say there was one point I was walking. I had it set to one of the night settings, you know, walking and just all the lighting effects that all the campsites used this year. Just the lighting just made things so pretty. And there was this one point where I was walking up to Seekers of Hope campsite, and the way the lighting was working, I should have grabbed a picture of it because it was just the way they had that hill and the words Seekers of Hope and just the way it was all set. And they had the turn. It was kind of where the track turned. And it was just an amazing photo op. They had a great, smart build, right? Smart decision for them to kind of construct their campsite that way because it gave you a beautiful scene to look at as you approached it.
You know, we could probably go on, and we just were able to mention a few things and a few campsites, but I mean, I have to say that each and every one of them was unique and beautiful, and your interpretations of the theme this year were just out of this world. We've had some great years where the theme is really fun and you do a good job, but this one, I think Sting was just talking about it. It was kind of special. And when we first thought about this theme, we thought, oh, God, everybody's going to have a boat. You know, hope floats. We just couldn't think beyond the boat. And boy, did you guys all think beyond the boat. It was amazing. And one last thing before we get off talking about these campsites is the turnkey campsites this year. We had 5 turnkey designers, and how they interpreted that and set up spaces for those of you that, you know, weren't ready or didn't have time or didn't want to build a big campsite, how they set that up for you to move in and make it your own, again, went above and beyond this year. They just were amazing. So thanks to the 5 turnkey campsite designers once again. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole concept's evolved really well over the years.
It did. Yeah, it did.
All right, so moving right along, Stingray, we need to talk about this lap counter thing. We had so many relayers on the track, and they were moving along so quickly, they literally broke a new server.
They lagged it.
It took a few hours to catch it all up, but all of the laps were counted for everyone.
Yes. So Jamie Broken has built this system years ago, I think since the very beginning, since like 2005. And Jamie has actually maintained and hosted the history of our relay track activity. When you go to that website, you can get to it's slrfl.maintree.com, or you can we actually have a link to it in the announcement section of relayforlife.org/Second Life. But that is where you can check to see how many laps you've walked. You check the different 1 to 9, 10 to 19, and all the different segments. But it also shows the number of avatars, the laps, the distance, the course length, and it also then shows like the entire history on the right side, just kind of like every year, so you can just kind of see. And so this year we had 1,381 as of right now avatars that walked through a lap counter. Now that's not necessarily how many were at the relay. That's just how many walked through a lap counter, because all the people standing on the sides that maybe stayed on their campsite cheering, survivors, caregivers, and walkers on, maybe they weren't counted by the app. The length of the track this year was actually the same as last year, 9,088 meters, which for those of you who speak in miles, that's 5.64 miles. And we walked a total of 5,515 laps. And the distance that is 50,111,596 meters, which is over 30,000, maybe even over 31,000 miles. And to give you an idea of, wow is right. How many miles that is, the circumference of the Earth is 24,902 miles, which means our relayers literally circled the planet and kept walking a little further beyond that.
That is amazing.
Another way to look at it is we walked around the moon 4 times.
Now, I want to know how you did all that math with.
I'm going to tell you, it was the coffee beans. He was
What's in these things? Oh my gosh!
He was up all night figuring out, doing all this math. Popping those coffee beans. So attribute all of this data to Sting's chocolate-covered coffee.
To my magic beans, they're gonna grow a big beanstalk.
But circling back, thank you to Jamie Broken, and I don't think that she ever thought that Relay would literally broken her system. And
Jamie Broken,
amazing. It worked though. She counted every single lap for every single person. It all worked in the final result.
Yeah. Well, and the key too is it didn't actually break. It actually was continuing to track. The updates just didn't push to the server, so Jamie was able to get in, push all the updates, everything caught up. And then, so now, though, your laps are over. The laps stopped counting when we started the closing ceremony. And so that it is what it is set to be now. Sting's going to be awake for the next 3 days of Jenna. I hope not. So then we also have some other interesting facts. Traeger, if you want to talk through some of these about our in-world fundraising and this is only since kickoff. So from kickoff till the start of Relay.
So we looked yesterday at some of the stats from the ACS server, so to speak, and we were able to identify that there were 913 unique kiosk owners, and we had 5,141 kiosk tools collected that collected at least one donation on 903 different regions. 903 different regions. The really amazing thing was that we had 11,102 unique donors who gave 72,764 donations. So that's how many times kiosks were clicked. And the average donation when you put it all together was $2.65. That is amazing that our relay can raise so much money with such a small average donation. It's just amazing.
And again, that is the average from kickoff till opening, just before opening ceremony. If we expand it and go the entire, July 1st till now, then really the average donation is about $1 a pop per donation. And, those numbers are a bit bigger and different. But think about it. We've raised over $460,000 this year, $1 at a time. And that is impressive. That's one of the things that I think is like when you talk to people about Second Life and what you do here, impress them with that number because no other relay can do this.
And it's gonna go even higher than that because we still have the Royal Ascot before the end of the year.
That's right. I got my personal invitation this weekend.
There we go.
It was personally delivered by the Duchess.
Now, Jim and Celine, they put together some interesting statistics about the teams. The team statistics.
Because they're fantastic statistics.
Tell us about this, ladies.
We have more interesting statistics that we think are pretty darn cool. Did you know that in 2023, we had 80 first-year teams, and those teams raised $27,600 US. We had 21 second-year teams, and they raised $24,568. We had 15 third-year teams, and they raised, $37,904. Celine, why don't you tell them how our veteran teams knocked it out of the park?
We're doing so well, Jim. we had 68 veteran teams, which is 4 years plus, and they raised $146,747.
Wow, just amazing.
Yeah.
Veteran is just a nice word for old timers.
Well, I like that because it's kind of like, it's like your high school year. You get your freshman, sophomore, junior, seniors. And so, each class, you have different size classes. And I love that you're looking at it that way too, to see like this is a class. And so if these 80 teams or the 21 second year or the 15 third year teams, hook up with each other and say we're a class together. So that's like a whole group of teams that you're all on that same wavelength of experience and knowledge. And when you get to be that veteran team, you've got 3 years under your belt, that's when it just skyrockets,
Click.
And we have some of these veteran teams that go all the way back to the very first relay in 2005.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the olds. That's all right. And I'm not just talking about Old Soul, right?
Well, we have a lot of the veteran teams that have come in the last 4 years, though, that have been building. It's those teams that have helped build Relay to what it is today.
Yeah.
All of the teams, but those veteran teams have hung in there and made it happen.
Absolutely. All right, so also we need to talk about Bane and Muse. Speaking of old people who are doing great things, and by old I mean longtime relayers, of course. But no, the Bane and Muse a couple of years ago, kind of took on the challenge of our live stream and our YouTube channel. And I got to tell y'all, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you've seen any of our videos on YouTube, I mean, the fact that they merged audio and video with a live stream yesterday morning for the prepackaged video. They collaborated with Trader for T1. I mean, this is a very it's not easy to pull off, and we're getting, I think we're all getting better at it. They're getting really good at it. They helped to create all the new tutorial videos this year with Jim and Celine. They created hype videos for mega events. They managed they did completely designed the YouTube channel and organized it into playlists and live videos versus packaged videos. It's just a really smart. I mean, to me, if anybody in the relay universe, and this goes beyond Second Life, if anybody searches YouTube for Relay for Life, full stop, they're gonna come across one of our videos, and I gotta believe that they're gonna look at that and say, "Oh my goodness, these are some of the most amazing relayers I've ever seen. I wish our relay could be this good and this creative." I mean, these are some of the best video content that any relay I've ever been a part of has ever done. And the best part of it is that they're building and growing our video content creator community with Xander now, with the Fantasy Fair, and we are going to launch ACS Studios, where we are going to empower as many video content creators to help tell the countless stories of our relay community members. And we're going to have a full studio made available so that anybody who makes videos in Second Life and likes to edit and all that has a place that they can put their set down, do all the shots that they need. If you're ever interested in that, then you can talk to Xander and Bane about it, and make sure that you kind of part of the thing. There's going to be some scheduling that has to happen because hopefully there's going to be such high demand for space. But our goal is to give anybody who wants to create content, video content for Relay for Life, that you have a place that you can do it as part of our office, our island, here in Second Life. You shouldn't have to go rent a region for yourself to do that. We want to provide that resource for you. And this is a great vision that I think Bane and Xander and Muse have all shared. And, you know, I'm happy to empower them to make that come to light.
That is exciting. We cannot have a closing ceremony without thanking the sponsors who make this happen year after year. So I want to thank Rockcliffe University Consortium, The River, Pangea Estates, Annie's Juke Joint, Play Dolls Magazine, Atlantis Land Corporation, TAP, the Adult Partnership, UF Starfleet, and RGF Estates for RFL, all premier sponsors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our Heart of Relay sponsors, the McFadden family and the Macquarie Futures USA LLC, and of course Linden Lab Second Life. We could not do these kinds of things without you guys. Thank you so much. Our Survivor Hope sponsor, Never Lose Hope. Our media sponsor, T1 Radio. I mean, we just absolutely cannot thank Trader and his team enough for all that they do. SaskTech for our kiosks year after year. They just come through for us and solving problems and continuing to make the tools better and better. And Silver, SWD Designs. I mean, he helps us year after year put together our info stations, our campsite markers, this stage that we're on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Silver. Just amazing.
Absolutely. And then also I want to make sure that everybody here, you know, our relayers and our teams and all of the volunteers and everybody who walks the track are very important. And I want to make sure you know the people who helped to make all of this possible, who helped to organize and put together. They put extra time in, and you know, usually it's a thankless job, and a lot of times, a lot of people don't realize what goes into it. And so I think these people deserve, you know, to be thanked publicly. And Kiss Flick for setting out over 4,800 Luminary bags and for doing it with a great attitude. I mean, they were taking pictures, posting it on their social channels. Just really, that is a very tedious. I tell you what, I cannot do that. So thanks for taking on that task. Kitty, you work hard every week with the fundraising club, making sure that every team has their badges as they upgrade and announcing that. You're always positive and you're uplifting and you're eager to help no matter what it is, that you're always saying, what else can I do? What else can I do? And you go that extra mile to make sure every team has the recognition they deserve on their campsite markers, the badges, the achievement program. It's all about, if you feel recognized and appreciated, and you like the fact that all of you're instantly updated. That's Kitty behind the scenes, just never stopping. I think she got into the magic coffee beans or something. So Allison Flo, the amount of work that goes into managing the calendar of events, all the events that you submit, and you see the calendar on the website, Allison manages that entire thing. All of the graphics that you submit, also posting it to socials and sending out the group notices. And Allison does this so quietly and without ever asking for anything. Sometimes you wonder, I wonder if Allison's actually an AI or something, because and you're so reliable and you're so committed. And I think a lot of people underestimate the how important that part of communicating to our relayers and to the outside world about all the events. I pay a very close attention to that calendar throughout the year, seeing who's doing what and when they're doing it and how often they're doing what. So if you are planning a relay event and you submit that to the calendar, Allison is the one who's receiving all of that information and packaging it and then putting it back out to the community. Nuala, as busy as you've become, you still made time to help with sponsorships and really anything else we ask of you. And you make sure that I do my part in recognizing our sponsors appropriately when you tag Mr. 9798. I know I better pay attention. And you setting up the sponsor info along the track, connecting the dots for our relay radio DJs, announcing each sponsor every hour. Trader, with what you do with T1 Radio, we talked about it in the opening ceremony. You give the stream. Whether it's Magic Coffee Beans or something, you somehow are able to just get it on air. You give us whatever we ask for. And yeah, that's also one of those things where we try to thank you as much as possible, because I know how much, there's cost involved, there's investment in technology, and you're giving up the airwaves for something that you never had to do. And I also know personally how much this means to you. Jim and Celine, the two of you, again, every team here, Jim and Celine, they are the faces of this leadership team. All the way dating back this year to the recruitment and the explainer videos, which was a new idea we had this year that they took on that challenge, put those trainings together. The Team Unity Challenge, giving you all something to aspire to, give you a little extra motivation to fundraise. The constant recruitment, year-round recruitment. Every time somebody would email or IM anyone on the leadership team or anyone anywhere, it all gets routed to Jim and Celine. They're managed and always instantly respond. Half the time when I send them something, they're like, yeah, I already talked to that person. And that's awesome. The retention, orientation, education, coaching at all levels, coaching those teams, those veteran old teams, all the way in coaching the introducing relay to the first year teams. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is what you just signed up for. The logistics that they do for the support of Relay Weekend as well, making sure, hey, I can't tell you how many times Mama has been like, hey, this team, are they coming? Are they on their campsite? Do they know that it's empty? They haven't started building yet. And Jim and Celine would jump all over it and make sure that you all had that info. And it was this stream. It wasn't even communication or even two-way communication. It was just a stream of consciousness. And that's especially between the two of them. And they call each other Pard.
Pard, yeah.
Pard. Thanks, Pard.
And I was
Traeger didn't know what that meant. Right?
I was impressed with how relentless they were with pushing you to get the teams on the back end.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
so they took care of the front end, but you had to do the back end, and they were in your IMs all the time.
Oh, my goodness. So for all of you, I'm going to say this, right? So if there's any team, if you had registered on the website and then you had to wait longer than 3 hours for it to appear on the tools database, that's not Celine or Jim's fault. That's my fault. And I will tell you, Celine and Jim were on my ass the entire time until I did it. And then also for the dashboard totals. Now that is a manual update that I would do every Monday. And then they even pushed me to do them Monday and Fridays because they were like, our teams are doing so good with the dashboard and they want their totals to be up to date. Can you do it twice a week instead of once? And if I missed it by 9 a.m, they were there representing your interests as the team. So again, if you ever felt like you wanted your update and you were wondering why it wasn't happening, know this, that Jim and Celine they had your best interest at heart. And then they were always making sure, like, check this team, they got $12. It needs to be on the totals page. Get it done thing. And so they were absolutely fantastic representatives for you all. So thank you, Jim and Celine, for doing that.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
All right, I've gone on long enough. What's next?
Yeah, lots of talking. I'm kidding. Couple things. Do not take your campsites down. Do not. Do not. We have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to still explore, to go back and shop all those vendors. I've been watching what you guys are typing, to ride the balloon, to leisurely stroll through all of the beautiful campsites. Please, please, please do not take it down. Thursday morning is when you can start. Those regions will probably, well, as you know from the map, they never disappear, but do not do it. Leave them up. I know that you probably have some things on your campsite, that are one of a kind and you want to get. In actuality, if everything on your campsite is not one of a kind, you can leave it. It'll go down with the regions. So just please, please, please. Wednesday, starting at 4:00, we will have a wrap-up and Sync the Sims party where we will give out the Spirit of Relay trophies, the Gordy Klatt trophies, the community champions, and that will start at 4:00. And we haven't decided where yet, but we will make sure.
I am thinking, well, if I say it, then it's going to become it because we're not going to be able to walk it back. But I have an idea, and I feel like we need to say it. So I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
All right. So because we haven't really. All right. I say I am. Let's do a public vote right now. Everybody in chat, if you like this idea, I am thinking on RFL remission/research. So that is, I know it was Crito and them's build, and then the other side of it was the Ferris wheel water park boardwalk type thing, and I think that would be a really cool scene because it's cool looking, and then let's flood it. We're at the beach, and then the flood comes in. So if everybody's cool with that, we could do the wrap up on remission/research. If not, then
we'll find somewhere.
Good luck picking somewhere else. Well, I'm sure we'll find each other once it happens.
All right, so we're moving. All right,
I have another.
I should have had Trader cut you off. What?
No, I have one more. So I thanked all of, Kitty, Kiss, Flick, Allison, Noella, Trader, Jim, Celine, but Mama and Traeger, you have to be thanked as well. Because the two of you are also in that thankless, almost like not a lot of people see how much you do for this community over the course of the year. And it is your passion that ignites a fire within me. And you propel us forward on this incredible journey. It is your boundless energy and your infectious enthusiasm that has been a constant source of inspiration for me, and I believe everyone that you work with and that you talk to and that you interact with. You've been a pillar of strength, and you're always there to lend a helping hand no matter the time, especially the time, no matter the task. And you have tirelessly put forth effort, and countless hours have been spent organizing, guiding, strategizing, teaching, serving, and spreading our message, and it has not gone unnoticed. You are truly dedicated, and your dedication is rivaled by few. And my personal statement to you is that I am personally forever grateful for the impact that you've made on our organization, our community, and on my life. Period.
Thank you, Stan. Now we have a ton more awards to give, so we better get started.
Yes.
We better get started. Kitty, you're up.
Kitty, let's thank the relayers.
Oh, yes.
Involved with Relay for Life knows how much hard work and dedication goes into producing a successful successful event. And while it's not possible to present thousands of awards, we do look for ways to show our appreciation for how much effort you put into the fight against cancer. With that in mind, we'd like to ask everyone whose team received the Campsite Education Achievement Badge, I'm getting emotional here, guys, to please shout your team name in local or group chat. This achievement is given to every team along the relay track whose campsite offers information provided by the American Cancer Society about cancer and our mission. And y'all know how important that is. Your campsites provide a learning opportunity for everyone who walked the track. So we understand the value of contributions. Thank you. And for the thematic campsite achievement, the theme award, we'd like to ask everyone whose team received the thematic campsite award badge, achievement badge, to please shout your name in local chat or group chat. This achievement is given to every team along the relay track whose campsite clearly conveys this year's theme, a cure for a happy ending, through design or an interactive experience. When combined, your campsites delivered a beautiful, unique, and memorable experience that will make 2023 Relay for Life of Second Life stand out forever. Every team who received these two badges on your commemorative campsite label will also receive a trophy. And now, personally, I would like to thank our honorable and secret checkers for your time. I'm going to name you. The Wonderful Ruse, Rita Mariner, Jenny Anatine, Maya Serena Sinedra, Maya, or Mayonnaise, Bob and Abby, Deanna and Journey Texan, and Arizona Ballinger Whiplash. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mama, you got to unmute. Mama!
She does hit that mute button.
She loves that mute button. She's probably talking. She's already given out 7 awards, but she's muted.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even know she's muted.
She's just rambling on and on and on. Muted, not knowing. Or maybe she's crying. She's over there.
Well, whatever. How about I jump in?
Yeah, why don't you say
How about as her partner, I'll jump in here and tell what Mama was going to talk. She was going to talk about the designer regions, that this year we had 5 amazing designer regions, all with great inspiration that you heard about during the opening ceremony. It is our honor to present our 2023 designer region contributors with a commemorative trophy that reflects our appreciation and gratitude. They're going out to Fiona Fay, Silver Howler, Irish and Magical Serendipity, Ty Tank and Truck Meredith, and Crito Gaultier and Patch Seabaud.
Our next achievement is for those participants who completed various numbers of laps throughout the relay weekend. The 2023 track stretched across 36 regions, measuring over 5.72 miles per lap. With so many beautiful campsites and designer spaces to distract us, it's a wonder that anyone completed more than 1 lap, and yet the relay spirit persevered. Each walker will receive a plaque or a trophy to represent their achievement. The turtle achievement, which is mine, is for all individuals who complete 1 to 9 laps around the track. Rabbit achievement is for all individuals who complete 10 to 19 complete laps around the track. Roadrunner achievement is for all you guys who was Speedy Gonzalez through all of it, but anyway, is for all the individuals who completed 20 to 30 laps around the track. And then Cheetah achievement is for all individuals who complete 31 plus laps around the track. Because the only way you got that many laps is because you're a cheetah. You can check your status at slrfl.maintree.com. And thank you to Jamie Broken for providing the lap counting service to Relay for Life of Second Life every year.
Well, you know what? We're going to move on to some fundraising achievements. It's not all that we do, but at the bottom line, it is why we do what we do. Up next, we'll present the achievements in fundraising. Everything we do depends on our ability to fundraise. And with that in mind, we are pleased to recognize our top fundraisers as of 7 p.m. Second Life time on June 9th. In addition to the Fundraising Club achievements, we also recognize the top 3 teams who raised the most lindens through official fundraising tools, strictly within Second Life. The team who raised the 3rd most lindens is Camping for a Cure with $2,868,037. The team that raised the 2nd most lindens is the River of Life with $4,006,968. And then the team that raised the most lindens in 2023 is TAP, the Adult Partnership, with $5,138,056 lindens. Congratulations to you all. Although the top fundraising reward guideline was Friday, teams can still upgrade their fundraising club ranks through June 30th, at which time the fundraising tools will reset to 0 as we enter our off-season mode. Any team who upgrades during the next few weeks will receive their fundraising club trophy from the Relay leadership team.
In addition to in-world fundraising, teams also have the ability to raise money through the Relay for Life website, through email, Facebook, and through the American Cancer Society fundraising app, which allows you to scan credit cards, checks from friends, family, and anyone who's willing to donate. This year, 182 different people made a total of 258 donations on the website. 64 relayers fundraised with their website dashboard, raising a total of $76,400 in credit card and PayPal donations. We will present the top 3 website fundraising teams with a badge and a trophy. The team with the 3rd highest website fundraising total donations of $3,010.25 in United States money by Friday was none other than the Relay Rockers. The 2nd team with the 2nd highest website fundraising total of $4,025 by Friday was the River of Life. And the team with the highest website fundraising total of $10,529.75 by Friday was TAP, the Adult Partnership. Because each individual team member has the ability to perform their own fundraising through the website and fundraising app, we also want to recognize the top 3 individual website fundraisers. The person with the 3rd highest website fundraising total of $2,950 is Dred Rockatansky. The person with the 2nd highest website fundraising total of $3,000 is Sam Scrabblebat. The person with the highest website fundraising total of $10,114.25 is Score Stratton. The Facebook Fundraising Award is presented to individual relayers who raise the most funds through Facebook, the Facebook fundraising tool. Anyone with Facebook can set up a Facebook fundraiser directly from their relay dashboard and collect donations from friends and family members outside of Second Life with this tool. This year, 12 people did this, and together they all raised $1,160. The person with the third highest Facebook fundraising total of $115 is Lily Dottie Foster. The person with the second highest fundraising Facebook total of $225 is Deanna Lancaster. And the person with the highest Facebook fundraising total this year raised is $525, and that person goes to Gavin Huntsman. Congratulations, everybody.
Now we're going to talk about overall fundraising total. When we combine the Linden total with the website total, we come up with your team's overall fundraising total. The top 3 overall fundraising teams also earn a badge and a trophy. Once again, we will recognize our rookie teams in their own category. So let's give a hand to our top 3 first-year fundraising teams. The third highest overall fundraising first-year team is Cancer Nevermore with $2,433.77. The second highest overall fundraising first-year team is Play Dolls with $3,120.59. And the highest overall fundraising first-year team in 2023 is Javik Station with $4,011.63. Congratulations to our first-year teams. And now, the third highest overall fundraising team is Camping for a Cure with $11,778.15. Our second highest overall fundraising team, also the second team to ever reach the All-Star level, is the River of Life with $20,052.87. The highest overall fundraising team in 2023 is TAP, the Adult Partnership, with a new Relay for Life and Second Life team record and the first ever Supernova fundraising team. They raised a whopping $31,081.97. Congratulations, all of you. You did magnificent.
They really did, Jim. And this would be a good place, because we're talking about trophies, to thank Heath and Rory for putting together all of these trophies that all of these people get year after year after year. It is just so amazing to watch their creativity come to life as they interpret a theme and they put together these awards that are all right there on display on the railing here on the stage area. I want to take a moment to thank our mega event people and to give some to give some mention of what's happened there. Our mega events this year raised $160,078 US. That is amazing. The Christmas Expo started everything off by raising $29,154 for childhood cancer research and programs. After that, we launched a new mega event, the SL Living Expo, who raised an impressive $10,751 US in their very first year. So we look forward to seeing that happening again. And the Fantasy Fair. Wow, what can you say about the Fantasy Fair? They hit another grand slam by raising $120,152 US dollars.
Oh wait, we have a new. Yeah, it's actually Xander. You need to send it to me again because I crashed. But the Fantasy Fair actually brought in another like $300 just this weekend. So they're
yeah, all right.
They're
so close to $120,500.
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
Wow. And that's all going to be used to fund the global mission of the American Cancer Society. And once again, this is a record total for Fantasy Fair. They have beaten their previous record every single year since the Fantasy Fair began. And we want to make it absolutely clear. We want everyone to be absolutely sure that you know that all of your contributions are appreciated. We know that everyone brings a unique value to our relay community. And when we all combine all of our contributions together, we truly are one united relay.
That's right. And when I'll echo what we said during our $5 million celebration earlier this year, is that we don't celebrate $5 million raised since we began here if we didn't have that one Linden that somebody might have donated or somebody might have raised. So yeah, yes, we have the achievements and we have the awards that recognize these big, the top performers, but absolutely if your team, some teams, if you can raise 50 Lindens and that's 100% of the effort and the amount that you can do, that is just as important, just as valuable. And that is why, we will have trophies and ways to recognize you for your efforts as well. Now, I want to read a story that I hope you're going to be able to identify with the main character in the story, because this is what I believe would be your relay experience over the last 24 hours. So once upon a time, in a small town nestled among the rolling hills, there lived a young woman named Emma. Emma was a kind and compassionate soul, always seeking ways to make a positive impact in her community. She'd heard whispers of an event called Relay for Life. It was a 24-hour fundraising walk to support cancer research and honor those affected by the disease. And so, intrigued by these stories she heard, Emma decided to take part in this extraordinary event. On the day of Relay for Life, Emma arrived at the track where the event was held, in Second Life, of course. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation and excitement. Teams of passionate individuals had gathered, each with a shared mission of making a difference in the fight against cancer. Emma joined a team of strangers who soon became her newfound family, bound together by a common purpose. As the sun set and darkness settled upon the track, the event began. The opening ceremony was filled with heartfelt speeches, survivors sharing their stories of resilience, and the Luminaria ceremony honoring those who had lost their battle with cancer. Emma felt a deep, deep sense of connection with the participants and the cause that they all championed. As the night wore on, Emma took her turn walking around the track. With each step, she absorbed the profound spirit that enveloped the event. She encountered individuals who had triumphed over cancer, their indomitable spirits shining brightly. She met families who had lost loved ones, their courage and determination inspiring her to keep moving forward. And in the quiet moments, Emma would gaze at the Luminaria bags lining the track, each one a symbol of hope, remembrance, and love. The soft glow illuminated her path, reminding her that every step mattered. She realized that Relay for Life was not just a walk. It was a journey of the heart and soul. As the night transformed into dawn, Emma felt a profound transformation within herself. She had witnessed the resilience of the human spirit, the strength that emerged from unity, and the power of community coming together for a greater cause. Her perspective on life had shifted, and she knew that she had been touched by something extraordinary. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. But the impact of that Relay for Life lingered within Emma's heart, so she became an advocate for cancer awareness, organized fundraisers, and shared her own Relay for Life experience with others. And so through her efforts, she started to inspire her friends, family, community members to join the cause and make a difference. Emma's story became a metaphor for the transformative power of Relay for Life. And like the 24-hour event, life is filled with moments of darkness and challenges, but through perseverance, compassion, and unity, we can emerge stronger. We're fueled by the belief that change is possible. Relay for Life became a beacon of hope, reminding Emma and others that no matter how small the step, it can make an extraordinary impact. And so Emma's journey continues, walking hand in hand with a community of warriors, embracing the Relay for Life experience that forever changed her life. Together, they walk towards a future where cancer is conquered, a future illuminated by the spirit of resilience, hope, and unwavering determination. And as is the Relay for Life of Second Life Way, we are always looking ahead. We are always moving forward. And I'm excited about the future because we are going to start 2024 at the same speed that we are finishing 2023. So stay tuned because we have another new mega event coming this July to kickstart fundraising toward our 2024 goal, the SL Fandom Con, which is going to bring together comic lovers, Trekkers, Whovians, Bronies, True Believers, Warsees, Ghost Heads, Moonies, and everyone in between. The SL Fandom Con is going to be the most inclusive fandom event that Second Life has ever seen. The Smoke Fest is a new partnership that was just announced last week with an established event in Second Life. Members of the planning team actually visited this weekend to walk their very first laps with you. And we're proud to have them to join our family. This is an event. It is titled Smoke Fest, but that is not based on smoking. It is based on apparently this young hip slang thing that's like, bring the smoke, bring it on, hit me with your best shot. And so they want to challenge cancer and say, you know what, bring that smoke because we gonna bring it right back at you. And so we're very excited about what Smoke Fest is gonna do this summer. In October, our Strides campaigns will raise money for breast cancer, starting with I Pink I Can, the Ren Fest, and Outshop Cancer. I Pink I Can, it sounds like Jenny's already making plans. I think I saw her type in chat that she's already got it rezzed up and ready to go. I think she's going to double it in size from last year. The Ren Fest, Sky Songs already sent me an email with what they need for their regions, and the entire event's mapped out and probably could go live tomorrow if we asked them to. Outshop Cancer is a great opportunity for creators with a storefront to sell items in their store where the proceeds go toward the American Cancer Society's breast cancer mission. And all you have to do is reach out to Sandy Slate and she could get you set up. The Christmas Expo, before you know it, it's going to be snowing in Second Life again. And the sound of jingle bells will ring in the Christmas Expo. And you all know what that means, that it's pretty much time to start rallying the troops for that 2024 relay registration that opens on January 15th. Finally, it is very hard for me to thank each of you personally. And so I want to take advantage of the fact that I've got the microphone and so many of you are gathered here and you have to listen to me. So together, we have weathered storms, we have celebrated victories, and we have empowered countless lives. You, the relay community, and your unwavering belief in our cause has fueled our progress, and your dedication has made a lasting impact on the fight against cancer. I, Stingray, Jeff, offer you my deepest gratitude for your presence, your passion, and your relentless commitment. Your selflessness touches my heart, The world needs more people like you who are willing to step up and make a difference and use this second life, this virtual world, to make and leave a positive mark on the lives of millions of people that you're never going to meet. You are affecting people that have not yet been born. You've shown what it means to give without expecting anything in return. And I am forever changed because of you. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your love, for your support, and for being the backbone of our mission. Our community's accomplishments are not possible without you. And we don't exist without you because we are you and you are we. So let us remember that it isn't the grand gestures of accolades that define our impact, but rather the kindness and love that we extend to one another. So thank you for embodying the true spirit of our relay and for reminding us all that together we can create a world filled with compassion and hope where cancer does not exist.
And now, as has become our tradition, we will close this relay with a reading of the empty table. Please turn your viewer to midnight and zoom your camera to the table on the stage behind us. We call your attention to the small table that occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that some of our loved ones are missing from this gathering. They have been diagnosed with cancer, and they are some of the names and faces behind the luminarias. The chair is empty. Many of those who fought the battle with cancer are no longer with us, but rather than mourning their loss, we choose to celebrate their lives. These people are unable to be with their loved ones and family now, so let us join together to recognize and honor them and to bear witness to their struggle and their memory. The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of a single patient, sometimes alone in the fight against cancer. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the medical profession, doctors, nurses, researchers, all who help fight the battle for life. The single rose in the vase signifies the enduring love of their families and friends and the strength of a patient's will to fight the disease that ultimately claimed many of them. The purple ribbon on the vase represents the ribbons worn by millions who support a continued search for a cure for cancers that are expected to kill so many people in the United States this year. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of the bitter, bitter battle against a deadly disease, a battle fought by more than 1.9 million new patients each year. The salt on the table reminds us of the countless tears of personal anguish shed by the patient and those shed by family members and friends who have lost a loved one. The glass is inverted in memory of those people who were not here to join our celebration of successes. But the candle represents the light of hope that lives in the hearts of all of us. Hope represented by cancer survivors and the hope for a cure discovered as a result of the detailed work of the medical profession made possible through funds generated through events such as Relay for Life of Second Life.
If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away. take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Hey. I'm on top of the world. Hey. Been waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to slide. Hey. Been holding it in for a while. Hey. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Hey. I'm on top of the world. Hey. Been waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to slide. Hey. Been holding it in for a while. Hey. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Hey. I'm on top of the world. Hey. Waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. Hey. Been holding it in for a while. Hey. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. And I know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up, and you make it round, but get up now. Get up. Get up now. And I know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up, and you make it round, but get up now. Get up. Get up now. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Hey.